At this point, you should have PowerPoint Unit 1 practice exercise up. You should have gone over the PDF that I have attached to this assignment for today and double checked and made sure that each of your slide layouts and your clip arts are appropriately in the right spot and are the correct clip art. So I'm going to click through these real quick so you can kind of double check yours. Notice that my clip art does not have the white boxes around them, so you may need to go back and adjust that. Notice that I'm bolded, how things are indented. Okay, notice the sizing. One thing I do want to go over is on slide 4, some people were having issues with these two pictures showing up all the way. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the picture. When you click on the picture in the placeholder, you have these three options to basically modify your clip art. We want to choose resize picture to fit inside placeholder, and that will make sure that all of your picture is showing up. I believe if you don't do that, it cuts off the bottom of that. So you may need to fix that one quickly before we move on. And then here we have our last slide. Okay, so now what we're going to do to finish this out is to go ahead and add transitions. Not everybody knew how to do this, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this through the video. You're going to click on slide 1, select it over here in our normal view. We're going to click on Transitions tab up here at the top. You'll notice that we have tons of options to choose from, and we can also see more options. Okay, you can pick any one you want. You can pick one for the entire layout, which I suggest to do, unless you want to maybe emphasize a certain slide, or you can just add it to one and none of the others. So for this actual practice exercise, we're going to come down here and pick the doors one. You can tell that you have a transition over here on the very far left. You'll see a little transition icon, and you'll notice that on 2, 3, 4, and 5, I do not have that icon. So I know that I only have that transition for slide 1. I want to go ahead and apply it to all slides. I want it to be the same. So I'm going to come up here to the far right, and I'm going to click on the Apply to All Slides. You'll notice immediately that it's done that for the rest of the slides. Okay, say that I wanted to increase the duration. That means it's changing too fast, and I want to go ahead and change the duration to 2 seconds instead of 1.4 seconds. Okay, you can also change it to be on mouse click. You can change it to actually advance through the slides. This is if you have a really timed specific presentation that you'd want to do that. Otherwise, you'll want to do it on the click. So we're not going to change that one there. All right, next thing I want to do is show you how to preview your slideshow, which most of you knew how to do. We have the slide box here where you can see them on the thumbnail on the side. You can also change it to outline view, and we'll go over this more as we go through different units. You also can do the slide sorter view, which this comes in handy if you have tons of slides and maybe you just want to see them all at one time. Okay, but most of the time we're going to work in this view. Down here is the slideshow view, and you'll notice that as I click or as I hit my space bar, it will change, and the transition is the doors for each one of my slides. So yours should go through the same thing. Okay, notice that right here it says End Slideshow, click to exit. Yours probably did not. So I want to show you how to do that. If you want to have the End Slideshow black kind of slide, you're going to come up here to PowerPoint on the menu bar. You're going to go to Preferences. You're going to come under here under View. And you'll notice that End with Black Slide is not checked. So go ahead and check that box. Hit OK. Otherwise, once it was over, once it was over, let me click on slide 5, go back to our slideshow view. Once it was over, it would automatically go back to your PowerPoint deal. And sometimes you don't want that to happen, okay? Let's go over how to print now. We're going to come up here to File, Print. Our print dialog box is going to pop up. Notice that the default is set up to print each slide on a separate sheet of paper, just like you would see it on your screen if you were doing the slideshow. This is going to waste a lot of paper and ink. So what you would probably want to do is either do 2, which you can still see all the words very clearly, 3 per slide, or 3 slides per paper. You'll notice that it leaves room for notes. So if you were going to do a presentation that you wanted them to be able to take notes on, you would probably want to print it out this way for them. And then as you can see, 4, 6, and 9, it's going to be harder and harder to see what is on here, okay? Under the notes, this is more of a presenter's notes. So if you were presenting, and down here where it says click to add notes, you could add notes right down here. Those would show up and print, so you would be able to see those. They are not going to be able to be viewed during your presentation to your audience. So you could put whatever you wanted down here and it would show up there. Outline view is just a quick way to print out what you have on each of your slides, and we'll be using this in our final project for sure, I know. Okay, so go ahead and cancel. We do not want to print that. What I want you to do is, after you have added your transitions and you've verified that everything is where it needs to be, then I want you to go ahead and do a final save, and then I want you to go ahead and upload this on a My Big Campus and turn it in.